All right, let's talk about the psychology of your wallet. We're not going to get into spreadsheets or boring stock tips today. Nope, we're going way deeper. We're talking about the operating system that's running inside your head, the one that dictates every single financial choice you make, usually without you even realizing it.
Okay, let's just pause on this for a second, because this is really the core of everything. Your financial situation, it has very little to do with how good you are at math. Seriously, it's all about understanding the invisible psychological triggers, the fears and the stories that are secretly pulling the strings on your wallet.
To really see this in action, let me tell you a quick story about a guy named Mohammed El-Erian. This man was the CEO of a $2 trillion bond fund. Yeah, trillion with a T. He was pulling in over $100 million a year. By every single metric our society has, he had absolutely won the game.
But then, one day, everything changed. His 10-year-old daughter handed him a simple piece of paper, and on it, she'd made a list of 22 important moments in her life that he had missed because of work. We're talking birthday parties, school plays, first days of school, the small things that are actually the big things.
And in that one moment, that $100 million salary meant absolutely nothing. The very next day, he resigned. He just walked away from all of it because he realized the price he was paying was just way, way too high. And that story, right there, it just perfectly captures the central question we're digging into. Why do we chase a number that doesn't actually guarantee happiness? Well, it's because our whole culture has become, financialized. We've been sold this bill of goods that money is the ultimate prize. And somewhere along the way, we completely lost our perspective. The real problem is that this whole mindset has us all playing the wrong game. We're treating our lives, our careers, and our finances like some kind of competition that can be won. But that's a huge misunderstanding of how life actually works. Think about it like this. A finite game, like, say, football, has clear rules and a definite finish line, right? You play to win. But life, your career, your money, those are infinite games. There is no winning in business. The goal isn't to be number one forever. The goal is simply to keep playing, to stay in the game day after day.
So why do we get this so wrong? Well, a big reason comes down to a little chemical in your brain, dopamine. See, when you treat your finances like a finite game, you get hooked on those short-term hits. Seeing a number go up on an app, hitting a sales target. It's literally the same addictive chemical you get from nicotine and gambling. It turns you into a slave to the idea of more.
And this leads us to the next layer of the problem. It's not just about the game we're playing, it's about the player, you. Our own brains are often our worst enemies, just filled with these blind spots that hold us back from what we really want. Get ready for this, because this number is staggering. We are functioning with only about 2% of our brain power. The other 98%, we keep it locked away in this huge reserve because we are terrified. Terrified of asking for that raise, terrified of starting that business, terrified of admitting we don't understand an investment. We're so afraid of what other people might think that we leave almost all of our true potential just sitting on the table. And this fear, it creates this totally bizarre dynamic inside our own heads. First, we act like a worse boss, setting these brutal, completely unrealistic financial goals or schedules for ourselves. Then, we immediately flip the script and become a bad employee who rebels against those very same rules, making sure we fail before we even get started. It's self-sabotage. A lot of the time, this self-sabotage just looks like busyness. We become like the young crocodile at the river's edge, just thrashing around, making a lot of noise, catching these tiny little catfish, and then bragging to everyone about how busy we are. Our culture has somehow turned being busy into a status symbol. But real success? That's the old crocodile. What's he doing? Nothing. He just floats. He's patient. He's still. He's not busy. He is ready. And when the real opportunity, the wildebeest, finally comes to the river, he's the one who succeeds. The power is in the stillness, not in all that frantic activity.
So much of our financial anxiety isn't even based in reality. It's what the source material for this calls mental diarrhea, just this constant rambling stream of unconscious worries that comes from old programming and a whole lot of fear. We mistake all that psychological drama for our actual life.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem. It's pretty deep, and it's all internal. But you know what? That's actually good news, because it means the solution is internal too. So let's talk about a practical toolkit, a strategy for rewiring your financial brain from the ground up. Now, the very first step is probably the most counterintuitive one. It's not about adding a new habit, it's about subtraction. It's the process of elimination. Before you can build something new, you have to clear the ground. You have to define what success means to you, not what it means to your neighbor or to society. You have to identify the people and habits that drain you. And maybe most importantly, you have to get crystal clear on who you are not.
All right, now for a little exercise. It's called blue sky thinking. And I want you to genuinely ask yourself this question. If you knew for a fact that you could not fail, if you had all the time, all the money, all the support in the world, what one great thing would you dare to attempt? This isn't just a fantasy, it's an exercise in raising your own self-concept to match your real potential.
Okay, here's a tool for you to use in the heat of the moment. Next time you feel that knot in your stomach about a bill or that sudden impulse to make a rash financial decision, just use the RAIN method. First, R, recognize the feeling without judging it. A, allow it to just be there. I, gently investigate why it's there. And finally, N, nurture yourself so you can respond wisely instead of just reacting.
Look, at the end of the day, all of this comes down to one incredibly powerful truth. If you were sitting around waiting for someone to come and fix your bank account or solve your problems, you're going to be waiting forever. You and only you are the master of your fate. You are the captain of your soul.
And as the captain of your own ship, you have got to change your relationship with failure. In the infinite game of life, failure is not some final judgment on who you are. It's just a course correction. It's simply feedback from nature, pointing you in a new and probably better direction.
So we're going to leave you with this one final challenge. Based on that whole process of elimination we talked about, what is one thing, a toxic habit, a victim story you tell yourself, a pointless expense, what is one thing you will consciously stop giving your time and energy to starting right now? Because sometimes deciding what to stop doing is way more powerful than deciding what to start.